I know most of us have read a lot about it, but it's great to see what it generated in terms of revenues out there. While not too many of us have experienced the metaverse, something that we have all experienced in recent times is Chat GPT and AI, right? The reason why it's getting so much of hype around the world is the low cost of adoption. All you need is a computer and internet connection to experience the power of what it can do today. It can do a lot of things. Like right now, that AI topic is the one that is holding you from stepping out for a cocktail this evening. So I'll try to be as brief as possible and just show you as to what is it that AI can do. AI is omnipresent in our lives today. I know there's been a lot of hype in the last 6 months. The hype started on December 2nd when ChatGPT kind of came out into the open market. That's when the hype started. But it's been omnipresent in our lives for quite some time now. I mean, some news over the last 2 years, be it Netflix. I mean, Netflix's biggest asset right now is personalized recommendation engine. I mean, if you have Netflix at home, like a family subscription with 4 people out there, just see the kind of thumbnail images it throws up for you and your family members. The thumbnail images for the same shows are totally different, depending on what your viewing habits are. Spotify now has a DJ, AI DJ that's playing your music out there. Google Maps has been using AI forever. Every time you're stuck on road, driving from point A to point B, at some stage it tells you take a diversion. It goes faster. How's that doing? AI out there. What was very interesting is this particular thing, the photographer who deceived thousands on Instagram with AI images. I don't know how many of you have seen something or read about this tool called Midjourney. Crazy. What Midjourney does is actually convert text to images. I'll actually show you some examples of how it looks right now in version 5, which is what launched last week. It's scary as to what you can do actually with images out there. And of course, in recent times, the one that actually has created a lot of controversies with a couple of court cases out there is this song by Drake and The Weeknd, which was completely AI generated. If you just go to Google and just Google up Drake AI song, you will actually listen to the song. I mean, my son is a fan of Drake, and he actually said, "That's a Drake song, right?" No, it wasn't. It was an AI generated song. Drake had nothing to do with it. Sandy covered a lot about AI in revenue optimization. This conference is on commercial. So, yep, where can AI help us? Dynamic pricing, for sure. Artificial intelligence can help us price a lot more accurately out there. Increase forecast accuracy, reduce workload. People can use their time for a lot more. There's been multiple studies right now which have said that managers or employees who are using AI are a lot more efficient than people who aren't using artificial intelligence. Bloomberg, in fact, did a study recently which came out which said that employees were 60% more effective when they were using AI to supplement their work out there and, of course, improve customer experience. Some great examples out there outside the industry is Netflix, Spotify, Google, where they're all using AI to improve the service experiences. So what is generative AI? I mean, that's something that has come up a lot over the past few months. The perfect example of generative AI is Chat GPT. We all know about it. In simplistic terms, generative AI generates content. That's about it. Okay? So what it does, it can generate textual content, it can generate images from your text, it can generate music in whosever voice you want, it can generate video images. There was actually a great little video that Wall Street Journal did where this particular journalist actually cloned an AI image of herself, and all it took her was 1 hour. And they tested it on multiple people, including making calls to the founder of Snapchat, doing a Zoom meeting, and 8 out of 10 times they actually succeeded out there. So it's pretty scary, right? We have all heard about deepfake videos out there. Well, it's no longer. I mean, you can't distinguish between deepfakes and original today. Deepfakes are actually better. So if something is too good to be true, then it's fake. So some examples of what it looks today out there. So yeah, I mean, these are all real-life examples. I just used Chat GPT to actually help me craft a 30-second elevator pitch on, what can generative AI do for hotels? So as you can see, the top one out there is from Microsoft Bing, which is Bing AI, and the bottom one is from Chat GPT. And yeah, I mean, it says very clearly, in 30 seconds, it told me what exactly can generative AI do for hotels, right? You can enhance guest experiences by creating tailored recommendations from everything from room preferences to dining choices, etc. out there. What is very important to realize is AI is like a human. No two systems will give you the same answer. Not all answers are always right, okay? It is in a very evolutionary stage right now. I know we are talking a lot about AI, but please don't get carried away by the hype. There is a lot of incorrect information on the channels as well. So please be sure as to what you're reading and what you're validating out there. Another great way to use AI out there, on the top right-hand side corner, I actually used it to come up with a 10-word slogan for a weekend staycation campaign, but targeting multiple segments out there. The first one is for a young couple, the second one is for a business executive, the third one is for targeting families. Took me exactly 30 seconds to get these answers out there. The first one says, escape together, relax better, your ultimate staycation awaits you, recharge your mind, elevate productivity, staycation like a boss. That's for the business executives. And the last one says, create memories that last. Your family staycation adventure starts here. Marketing. Great way to actually give you some ideas. Please don't rely completely on AI, because what is going to happen is it is the same answer that everyone is going to come up there. My next worry is what is going to happen with search engine optimization if everybody starts putting content on AI, because it is going to be the same answers that is going to come out at every stage. But it's a great way to save on ideation and come up with some recommendations that you could modify on. Now what happens is in the next stage of marketing is you've come up with a campaign out there. What's it that you need to do next? You need to come up with a creative, right? How fast can you do that? Yeah, less than 30 seconds. All I did is put it out there on DALL-E, which is currently available for you to test if you guys have access to Bing AI. Bing AI has access to something called DALL-E, and all you need to do out there is go there, put what kind of images do you want, and it comes up with multiple images out here, starting from a nice little video right down to, I just mentioned, show me a guest relaxing on a floating cloud in a hotel room, right? And pretty interestingly, Saurabh had just mentioned about floating beds in the previous session. We both didn't speak to each other, guys, okay? You can see right down at the bottom, I had asked for generating some photorealistic images on DALL-E, and as you can see, there are some images that has come up. None of this is something that took me more than a minute to generate, okay? Content creation, response management, and more. The first example out there is I asked the system to write me a 100-word description for a high-end luxury jungle camp. The next time I used the system to actually turn around and say, hey, you know what, there is a guest complaint. That's an actual complaint from TripAdvisor, what you see in the middle, okay? Saying that, okay, this is a complaint that, it's not one of our hotels, it's some random hotel I picked up on TripAdvisor, which thankfully was rated number 3 of 5. Saying that, guys, can you help me draft a reply to a statement such as this? Less than 30 seconds, there was a detailed apology letter, which very interestingly addressed each and every line item of that particular complaint. Again, fabulous. I've started using Chat GPT to kind of rewrite mine. And if I can be honest right now, my revised biography on HSMA is written by Chat GPT. And D actually said, oh, wow, this looks good. I was like, thank you. Personalized travel recommendations. I think this is the first area where AI is going to make a dent in the industry. It is great when it comes to giving information. Chat GPT, the version that is available free to all of us, is currently limited to information till August 2021. But if you use Bing AI, which is a search version available, and I could show you if we catch up maybe later how to use it, or if you have access to Bard, B-A-R-D, which is Google's search engine, with AI, it actually gives you live information. So what you see out here on the left-hand side is actually something that I picked up from Expedia, where Expedia has integrated Chat GPT, the older version, where I just asked it to come up with a quick 3-day itinerary for Singapore. Boom. That came up out there. The middle one is actually live information from BART, which is the Google search engine, where I actually asked it for flight options and prices for point A to point B. Multiple options out there. And the third option is actually something out there as to give me a 1-day itinerary with morning, afternoon, and evening. What I can do in Singapore. How can you use this? This is great for maybe your reservations team, or integrating the relevant AI tool on your website so that your customers are not going and shopping for itinerary recommendations on another website. You want stickiness on your website, right? When someone comes on your website, you want them to stay there. So this is a great way to have them sitting out there. You know what? I had to do this in 15 minutes. I could continue talking for a couple of hours on this because I'm extremely fascinated by this topic and at the same time very scared about it as to what is it going to do in the future. But what is it going to happen in the future? In a short to long term, what is going to happen? Initially, I think there's going to be an extreme hype, similar to what happened a couple of years back with blockchain or with metaverse. We had multiple people jumping into that particular area. There was a lot of hype, and then the hype slowly started moving out, and ultimately we had a couple of strong players left behind. This happens with every industry, and that's exactly what is going to happen to AI as well. You have tons of people right now trying to play with AI. I think AI domain is going to become pretty expensive, .ai. So if any of you are in the business right now, just block your .ai domain before someone blocks it out. AI would be great for translation. I think that's the first area where it's going to jump in. Like I said, travel recommendations is going to be the next one. Pretty soon, we are going to have AI booking engines with attribute selling out there. I mean, there's a lot of discussions on distribution, so I'm not going to talk about each of this out there. Travel ancillary services is going to be another great area for it to work on. At some stage, the hype is going to move into a bubble. The bubble will burst. There will be a lot of players who will vanish, but there will be players stuck. I mean, look at any industry. Look at social media. Hey, there used to be a Friendster. There used to be an Orkut. I mean, there are some of us who have been from the Orkut generation, including me. They don't exist today. Look at the mobile phone. You had a Nokia. You had a BlackBerry. They don't exist today. So that's exactly what's going to happen with AI as well. A lot of these tools that we are talking about today are not going to exist maybe 3 years from now, because time is moving very fast. We are not sitting in a 30 years evolution period. We are in a 2 to 3 years evolution period, right? And that is what will happen. It is going to get consolidated. Will it be Google? Will it be Microsoft? We have no idea. But I definitely would recommend you guys to check out this website. It's called There's an AI for That. Okay? It's a fabulous little website. It is the meta search of AI. You could go there and search for multiple AI options that is available on travel, or how to convert text to voice, how to actually summarize a YouTube video. I had to summarize a YouTube video for somebody, and I used one of these AI tools, and it took me exactly 3 minutes to summarize the entire YouTube video. It was a 35 minutes video out there. I didn't even listen to that video, okay? But it came out completely well out there. You're going to get this presentation, so I'm sure you'll have that out there. But what actually happened is, when I was doing this, and I mean, I keep following this particular industry right now because I'm fascinated by it, and I just realized that this presentation of mine, which is like 10 days old, is actually outdated because there's so much changing on a daily basis. So here's some of those things that is actually happening right now as we are talking. First thing, Wendy's is working on an AI chatbot, an AI order taker, which is going to be taking your orders at a drive-thru. Google is currently working on a language learning model with Wendy's in order to help them develop it, because there are specific terminologies that Wendy's has which Google can't do. Yesterday at the Google I/O, which is the Google Development Conference, Google has actually announced that on Gmail, it is going to help you draft emails. You don't need to now think about writing emails. You could basically say that, hey, help me write a refund letter to this airlines who canceled my flight, okay? And it would scan through your email and help you draft that email. And then you could say that, hey, you know what, make this a little bit more strict, make this a little more casual, etc. It would do that for you. I spoke about Mid-Journey, right? None of those images are real. What do you see out there? Mid-Journey V5. All of these are AI-generated images. So the version 5 of Mid-Journey has just come out. All you need to do is use prompts, and it converts your text to photos out there. Okay? So moral of the story, we used to worry about Photoshop. Now we worry about AI. Never trust your photos. Okay? Hollywood, all the writers are currently on strike because of Netflix and Disney have actually said that they're going to use AI to come up with the first draft for some of their series. So Hollywood strikers are now on strike, saying that this shouldn't happen. AI is going to take away our jobs. Well, the first AI designer was introduced at the Milan Design Week a couple of days back. That's the AI designer out there. And last, every other day there is something new that is coming up with Microsoft and Google. The AI wars are definitely here. People are going, it is going to be very costly. Right now the cost of adoption is pretty low, but pretty soon, just like search engine marketing, where if you want to get your top listing, you have to pay for it. I'm sure that's going to happen pretty soon in the Chat GPTs and Bard AIs and Bing AIs of the world. So right now, enjoy the ride. Let's make the most of it. People who adopt this faster are going to be a lot more successful because it is inevitable. Just like phones took over our life, just like computers took over our lives, just like the internet took over our lives, AI is going to take over our lives. Okay? So let's face the fact, let's get ready to work alongside it, optimize the most that we can. And yeah, one thing that AI can't do right now is have cocktails. So let's have that, you know. So yeah, that's kind of quick one. Any questions? I know I've just finished my time slot, but if you have, do we have time for one question? Half a question? Or can we do that over drinks? Maybe there will be a lot more questions flowing through then. Fabulous. Great. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much.